Oscar Pistorius killed Ava Steenkamp on Valentine's Day last year. Of that, there is no doubt. But was it murder? One of South Africa's toughest prosecutors, Jerry Nell, fought for most of the month of March to prove it was. Starting Monday, one of the country's shrewdest defense lawyers, Barry Rue, will try to convince a judge that it wasn't. The verdict will hinge on two questions: prosecution resting Pistorius trial. Pistorius witness: I heard screaming. Pistorius vomits and weeps in court. Text messages focus at Pistorius trial. Did the Olympic sprinter know his girlfriend was behind the door in the bathroom of his house when he fired 4 hollow-point bullets through it in the middle of the night? And if he did not, if he thought she was a burglar, as he insists, did he act as a reasonable person would have? Critical testimony will come from the only living person who was in the house at the time, the Blade Runner himself. Pistorius is likely to take the stand for the first time Tuesday or Wednesday to tell the story he has been telling for more than a year now. He woke up in the middle of the night, went to his balcony to bring in a fan, or 2 fans in his most recent version, heard his bathroom window opening, took his gun, went to the bathroom and fired through the door when he heard a noise in the toilet. It was pitch dark in the bedroom, and I thought Ava was in bed, he testified when he applied for bail in the days after the killing. In that version of the story, Pistorius emphasized that he felt a sense of terror when he heard a noise, that he felt extremely vulnerable, because he was not wearing his prosthetic legs, and that he has been a victim of violence and of burglaries before. And, he said, we were deeply in love and I could not be happier. If Judge Tsokazile Matilda Masipa believes that story, Pistorius could be acquitted of murder. She could find him guilty of the lesser charge of culpable homicide, similar to what would be called manslaughter in the United States, or find him not guilty at all. Follow the live blog. The defense is likely to rely on 3 types of experts to support Pistorius' story. Ballistics. Pistorius fired 4 shots. 3 hit Steenkamp, 1 in the hip, 1 in the arm and 1 in the head. The shot to the head probably killed her almost instantly. But when did that shot hit her? The prosecution says it hit her last. That means she would have been able to scream between shots, potentially giving Pistorius a moment to realize his mistake and stop shooting. Rue rejected the prosecution's order of shots in a heated exchange with Police Captain Christian Mangina, the prosecution ballistics expert. Rue said a defense ballistics expert would show that the order of shots was different, and that Pistorius fired the 4 shots into quick bursts, 2 double japs. Mangina said it was impossible for the pattern of wounds on the body to be the result of 2 double japs, ultimately leaving Rue sighing dismissively and promising that his ballistics expert would explain. Read, messages between Pistorius and girlfriend read in court. Pathology. Pistorius threw up repeatedly as Gert Saeman, who performed the autopsy on Steenkamp, described the devastating wounds Pistorius inflicted on her. But as gruesome as the testimony was, it is not critical to the state's case. There's no doubt, after all, who killed Steenkamp or how. The most damning thing Saeman said was far less dramatic. Based on the contents of her stomach, the pathologist suggested that Steenkamp had probably eaten around 1 m, about 2 hours before she died. That's a direct contradiction of Pistorius' story that they were in the bedroom by about 10 p.m., her doing yoga and him watching television, and that they went to sleep after she finished her yoga. Rue hammered Saeman on the question of when Steenkamp last ate, going so far as to bring in academic articles for the pathologist to read, a clear sign that the defense considers it crucial to rebut that point. Saeman did not budge. A pathologist who attended the autopsy on behalf of Pistorius, Reggie Prumel, is due to testify for the defense. A police cell phone expert also may have found a similar inconsistency with Pistorius' timeline. Captain Francois Mahler, who downloaded the contents of Pistorius' iPhone, said it made an internet connection for about 5 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes before the shooting. The defense may put forward an expert of their own to explain. Psychiatry. Pistorius needs the judge to believe not only that there is a chance he made a genuine mistake in thinking Steenkamp was a burglar, but that his response was reasonable. Sean Renz, a gun dealer who was selling a small arsenal to Pistorius at the time of the killing, testified that the athlete had passed a test showing he knew what the law said about firing in self-defense. On the face of it, what Pistorius did in firing through a closed door when he could not see an imminent threat was neither legal nor safe, the Renz testimony suggested. But a psychiatrist may argue that Pistorius should be judged by a different standard of reasonableness because he is a double amputee who was not wearing his prosthetics at the time. His statement at his bail hearing implied that he should, as I